Come on.
A taxi fare to Faith. His school is 1,500 per person. How much will Faith, her father and mother pay to reach school? Teacher,
Yes, please.
I am just new. I've just come today.
Hey, you have just come today, eh?
Yes.
But thank you for reading. Can you try the number even if you have just come today? We looked at buying and selling involving multiplication. Are you able to try that number?
Yes, please, teacher.
Okay, try and we see. You can explain, just explain. Eh?
1,500 plus 100 plus we have to add all the people who are in the taxi.
So
Then
how many people from Faith's home? How many people?
1, 2, 3 people.
So if one person is paying 1,500, how much will 3 people pay?
3,500.
Okay, you have got 3,500. Now let's try to listen from Tracy also. Thank you so much. Let's try to listen from Tracy. Yes, Tracy. And Jovia.
Yes, teacher.
How did you do number 1? We looked at buying and selling involving multiplication. So how did you do number 1?
I multiplied 1,500 times times 3.
Okay, very good. So, and what did you get?
I paid.
Yes.
I got 2,500.
Okay, thank you. Well tried also. Elton, Bule, Elton, can you come on number 1?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, try to go through number 1.
We multiplied 1,500 times 3.
So how much money did you get?
4,500 shillings.
Thank you. Bati, how did you know that there are 3? How did you know that we are going to multiply by 3? How did you get 3?
Because there are 3 people.
There are 3 people, and that is who and who and who and who?
Faith, her father, and her mother.
Thank you. So thank you so much, Elton, and your group. Thank you. May God bless you. Okay. So members, as you have heard from Elton clearly, yes, Tracy also tried, but only that the way he concluded her answer is not correct, the way she multiplied. Now, if you look at this question, a taxi fare, that is the transport charge, that is a taxi fare to Faith's school. So when Faith is moving to school, a taxi charge 1,500 per person. So that means if you are answering that question, you are going to say per person means 1 person. Now you are doing. You say here 1 person, you are now doing. Let me use the text that just direct. Let me use the text just direct. Okay. Now here you come and say, okay, 1 person pays, 1 person pays shilling 1,500. How about now 3 people? Because we have Faith, that is 1. We have our father 2 and the mother 3. So how about 3 persons? How about 3 persons? So 3 persons pay 1,500 times 3. That is what we looked at. We multiply to get the total amount of money whereby more than one person has paid. So here we can multiply vertically by saying, okay, now we have 1,500. We are multiplying 1,500 shilling. I hope people are able to hear me clearly. Times, you multiply times 3. This is what you are supposed to do, times 3 here. So that you now say 3 times 0, this is what people have got, 0. 3 times 0, you also got here 0. And 3 times 5. Ben Carson, what is 3 times 5? Ben Carson, what is 3 times 5?
15.
15. So what do I write?
You write here 5 and put, you write 5
and we
and
regroup 1.
Yes.
Then 3 times 1.
3 times 1 equals 3.
Plus 1 that we have carried, isn't it?
Equals, yes.
Equals to 4. So here 3 people will 3 people will pay 4,500. So that is what you did in number 1. Yes, that is what you did in number 1. You just now say 3 people, 3 persons. If you use the word person, 3 persons pay shilling 4,500. So that is, okay. So that is how you got number 1, everyone. So let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 2. But we may not be able to do all the numbers because we are supposed to go to what we are supposed to learn today. So let's go to number 2. Dennis, can you try number 2? Can you do for us correction for number 2, Dennis?
A bottle of soda costs 900 shillings. A restaurant sold 8 bottles of soda. How much money did the cashier get?
Okay, you can go ahead and explain how you got your money for 8 bottles.
One bottle, 900 shillings.
Yes, 1 bottle is equals to
900 shillings.
You say 1 bottle. Yes, you can go ahead, equals to 900 shilling. So how many bottles as the cashier sold?
8 bottles.
Okay, so 8 bottles.
Equal to 900 shillings multiplied by 3.
900 shilling. We are multiplying it by
8.
We are multiplying it by 8. Okay, that is good. So what did you get? Can you multiply? Okay, it is here. You can multiply from here. That is fine. We have 8 times 0. What do we get here?
0.
0. Very good. Then we have 8 times 0. Also, what do we get?
0.
And then lastly, we have 8 times what?
9.
8 times 9. What do we get?
72.
72. So we begin writing 2 here and the 7 here. So how much is the cost of 8 bottles?
The cost of 8 bottles is 200 shillings.
Are you sure?
7,200 shillings.
Very good. 7,200 shillings. So thank you, Dennis, for that. Now, for those who missed the lesson last time, like my boy at first that I asked, for those who missed that lesson last time, this is what we did last time. We have been getting the cost of 1 and we multiply to get the cost of more than one. We have been getting the cost of one item, then we multiply by the quantity. So the quantity here means the cost of more than one item. So that is what we learned last time. Now, this takes us to what we are going to learn today. Now, what we are going to learn today is buying and selling involving division. So meaning that when they give us the cost of more than one item, we should begin by knowing the cost of one item. So how do we know the cost of one item? By dividing. So that is basically what we are going to look at right now. That is basically what we are going to look at right now. And I expect you people to listen to me because I've organized for you your question that you are going to try after me explaining. So I want you to be very attentive. However, I will be asking some of you to help me to do the number because sometimes I may also be defeated, but there are children there to help me. For example, I want someone to read for us our heading. Yes, Menora, can you read for us the heading? What are we going to learn today, Menora?
Buying and selling involving addition.
Again?
Buying and selling involving division.
Buying and selling involving division. So meaning that today we are going to be dividing. That is the main purpose of our learning today. So in this case, they will give you, for example, you can go to buy and they give you the cost of more than one item. So what you should do, the task that you are supposed to do, you are supposed to get the cost of one item. And for you to get the cost of one item, you are supposed to divide. The other day we looked at buying and selling involving multiplication, meaning that they were giving us the cost of one item, and then for us to get the cost of more than one item, we multiply. Now today they will give us the cost of more than one item. Then your task is to know, and this will help you, by the way. This is very important. When you go to buy something, for example, you go to buy, let's say, like 2 kilograms of sugar, and the shopkeeper will just tell you, pay 10,000 for 2 kilograms. You need to ask yourself, I pay 10,000, how much is a kilogram? So for you to get the amount of 1 kilogram, so that 10,000 that the shopkeeper has told you, you divide it by 2 kilograms. So that you know that 1 kilogram is 5,000. So it is related to what we looked at last time. So let us see the point that we can consider here. Yes, this is the point that we can consider. Okay, this is the point that we can consider. I want to pick someone to read for us that point. Tasa, Tamale, can you read for us the point?
To get the price of an item is if given the total price of the some items, you divide the total cost by the number of items.
Very good, very good. To get the cost or the price, here the price or the cost of an item, if given the total price, if you are given the total cost of the same items. For example, here what we mean is that if I asked you, or if I tell you that 3 books, if I tell you that 3 books cost 9,000 shillings. So then they will ask you, what is the cost of 1 book? So the price of 1 book, what's the price of 1 book? So for you to get the price of 1 book, you are supposed to divide that total cost of 3 books by 3. There you will be able to get the cost of 1 book. So in this case, we are going to be dividing the money that is given to us so that we can get the cost of one item. Items of the same kind, if it is books, books. They don't mix it books and pens, then you divide, no. If it is books, they say books. If they are pens, they say pens. So if there are 10 pens at 20,000, then you must divide 20,000 by 10 to get the cost of one pen. So this is what the point is telling us, that to get the price of an item, if given the total price of the same items, you divide the total cost by the number of items. So let's see how this question is set for us. How do they set for us this question? This is the question. I want someone to read for us. Yes. Okay, Christabel, can you read for us that question? Christabel? Christabel, are you there? All right, let's get someone else to read for us the question. Let's get someone else to read for us the question. Okay, Atamba, can you read the question?
A man bought 6 books at 30,000. What was the cost of one book?
Again, read everything.
A man bought 6 books at 30,000. What was the cost?
Oh, there is
of
something
one
you're
book?
missing. There is something you're missing in 30,000. 30,000 what? Goats or shillings?
30,000 shillings.
Begin reading
What was-
afresh.
A man bought 6 books at 30,000 shillings. What was the cost of one book?
Very good. Very good. So you can realize the difference between what we looked at last time and what we are looking at today. Last time they could tell you that one book is this money. What is the cost of 6 books? Now today it is a different case. They can tell you the cost of 6 books all together, all the 6 books is 30,000. So you should be able to know the cost of one book. Members, in this case, to get the cost of one book, we said we shall divide the total price. And for this case, what's the total price? Our total price is 30,000 shilling. We shall divide it by the quantity. For this case, what's the quantity? The quantity is 6 books. So that means we are supposed to divide 30,000 divided by 6 so that we are able to get our answer of one book, our answer for one book. Are we together? So you can do this question in very many ways. You can realize that P4 members, you are learning this. Even when you go to P5, you will learn this. Then when you reach P6, they may just now ask you question about it. So it is important for you to pay attention. Now, here we can begin doing like this. We can say 6 books, if I just want to use equal, 6 books equals, or 6 book cost 30,000 shilling. 6 books cost 30,000 shilling. Now, what is the cost of one book? Are you seeing that? What is the cost of one book? So one book will be 30,000 shilling divided by, we can use this, 30,000 shilling divided by 30,000 shilling. I want to use out of. For the purpose of explanation, I can put for you here 30,000 shilling, 30,000 shilling divide by, are we together? Divide by, what are we dividing by? Good. We are going to divide it by 6 because the quantity is 6. So we are dividing it by 6. Now, if you have used this, you can have your side work. Members, you can have your side work here and you put your 30,000 here. You write your 30,000 clearly here if you want to use this method of out of. Any method you use is okay for your side work to divide. You can decide to use this 30,000 shilling divided by 6. This is our side work. Now you can realize that you can divide these numbers. You can start dividing it by 3. Members, I want you to be very clear here. This number you can start dividing down here, you can divide by 3. Even up there, you can divide by 3. You can break it like that. Even you can divide it straight away by 6. So if I divide straight away by 6, I'm going to say 6 divided by 6, I will get 1. Now this is 3. 3, the first 3 is smaller than 6. I can combine it to be 30. Members, then I say 30 divided by 6. Now, you can use your multiplication. In a simple term, which number when you multiply by 30 gives you, which number when you multiply by 6 gives you 30? That will be the answer for 30 divided by 6. Which number when we multiply by 6 give us 30? Yes, Joab? Joab, which number when we multiply by 6 give us 30? Okay, Joab is still thinking. We can get to Julie. Julie?
President, we are still working out.
Okay, how about Julie? Are you also still working out?
Yes, teacher.
Which number when we multiply by 6 give us 30?
Which number is multiplied by?
Teacher, it is.
Okay, so what you can do, if that is not possible for you, since you are in P4 but this is not possible, since you are in P4, you can even draw your balls. 1, 2, 3, but this will take your time. 4, 5, and what? And 6. This will take your time. And you give them 30. Julie, have you got it now? Joab, have you got it now? So I was giving you a very simple way of getting that answer, but now, because there is a number when you multiply by this 6 will give you this 30. Which number is that? Is there somebody who has got Deborah?
Teacher.
Aine?
Yes,
Omugisa?
teacher.
What have you got? Which number when you multiply by 6 give us 30?
5.
The number is 5. So that means 30 divided by 6 is what? Is 5.
5.
Like that. Or you can even count here your 30 if you want. You can count here your 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So how many is each one getting? Each one is getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this will take you back. So if you know that you are dividing 30 divided by 6, just go and say, which number when I multiply by 6 give me 30? You will realize that it is 5. Then here we have remained with it, because we have cancelled this one here. Now we have remained with 0 divided by 6, which is 0. Also 0 divided by 6, which is 0. Then the last 0 divided by 6 is 0. So you make sure that you cancel them. Whenever you divide, you cancel them. Therefore, you conclude by saying, therefore, one book costs Therefore, one book costs shilling 5,000 shilling. That is the cost of one book. The cost of one book is 5,000 shilling. That is what we have got after dividing 30,000 divided by 6. We have got 5,000 shilling. So members, that is how you get the cost of one item. So if you realize now, the question is, a man bought 6 books at 30,000. What was the cost of one book? So after we divided 30,000 divided by 6, we have got 5,000. So meaning that one book was bought at 5,000 shilling. That is how we get. Now, let me ask some few learners whether you have followed what I have done in number 1 in my division there. Okay, some few learners. Okay. Mirunji, have you got it? Murunji? Yes, Murunji, have you got what we have said, what we have done in that number?
Yes.
How about Gabriel? Gabriel, any question in number 1 before we proceed to number 2? Gabriel? Gabriel. Yes, Gabriel, do you have any question? Have you understood?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So we can go to number 2 and also look at number 2. So number 2 now, I'm going to try to bring you up. I'm going to try to bring you up now in number 2. I wanted to at least explain number 1 so that you get the idea there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to number 2, but I had also worked out this. I had worked out this. I said 5 books cost 30,000. Then one book, I divided one book, 30,000 shilling divided by 5. Sorry. It is supposed to be 6. Okay. It's supposed to be 6. Good. 6 there. Then here is supposed to be 5 there. Good. So we can continue. Yeah, so we said 6 books. We said 6 books. 6 book cost 30,000. Then one book is 30,000 divided by 6. Then when we divided 30,000 by 6, we got 5,000. So that means the cost of one book, is 5,000 shilling. So that is the unit cost. That is the cost per book. And that's how you do it. Let's go to number 2. Okay. Here is our number 2. Let me try to ask someone here to read for us. Anita, can you come up and read? Anita? Good. Anita, I'm going to put. Anita, can you read what is on your screen? Anita. Anita. Some of you, please, Banang. When we pick you, you need to talk. My friend Anita. My friend Anita is not talking. Let's try to pick Kathy. Irene, Kathy, can you read for us? Please, Kathy, can you read? Oh, Kathy even has no volume. Brian, can you read?
Solomon paid shillings 8,000 for 4 loaves of bread. Find the cost of a loaf.
Okay, thank you for reading. We can pick someone else to
Welcome.
explain. Yes, we can pick another person to explain how now do we get the cost of a loaf of bread. Hope. Hope, can you explain how we are going to do that number? Hope. Yes, Hope. Hope, you can go ahead. We can't hear you. Hope, we can't hear you. Hope. Okay, let's try to listen from Sona. Sona, can you explain to us if you can? Sona? Okay, how about Howard? Howard? Howard, are you able to explain? All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's go to Sarah. Yes, Sarah, can you do that number? Can you try to explain that number to your friends? How are we going to get the cost of one loaf? A loaf is one loaf. Yes, Sarah.
We're going to divide.
We are going to divide.
We're going to divide by 4. Going to divide 4 leaves of bread from the cost of leaf.
Okay, thank you. At least you have got the idea that we are going to divide. But what we are going to divide is 8,000 divided by 4. Anyway, I have the numbers that you are going to try. Let me go through this number again. Now, Solomon paid 8,000 for 4 loaves of bread. Find the cost of a loaf. So the price, the total cost of 4 loaves of bread was, or Solomon paid 8,000 shillings. Now, what is the cost of 1 loaf? So that's what they are asking us to find out. So this is what you can come back home and your dad can ask you such thing. Your mom can ask you. You will go to buy these loaves of bread, then you will tell my mom, I bought 4 loaves and I've paid 8,000. Then your mom will be able to ask you, how much did you buy a loaf? Then you will be scratching your head. No, here after this lesson, I don't want you to scratch your head. You just tell mommy all on a bit, then you divide 8,000 divide by 4 and you say, oh mommy, 1 loaf was at this much. So that's what you do basically. Now, here we are going to do like this. We can say, okay, we are now doing, we can say 4 loaves and use that. 4 loaves cost, can use that. 4 loaves cost 8,000 shillings. What do we need? We need the cost of 1 loaf. We need the cost of 1 loaf. So 1 loaf costs. So here you divide. Here you divide the cost of 1 loaf. You divide to get the cost of 1 loaf. So I want to use this. So here you say 8,000 shillings. We are now looking for the cost of 1 loaf. So you say here 8,000 shillings. You get it? Divide by 4. There it will give us the cost of 1 loaf. That is what you are supposed to do. So now you need to be very careful when you are dividing. So whenever we are dividing, we can even use long division if you want. But here it is very simple for us to divide from 8,000 divided by 4. You can imagine that 4 can be divided by 2. Even 8 can be divided by 2. Then you can imagine that 4 can be divided by 4. Even 8 can be divided by 4. So you can select which factor are you going to use to divide. Which number are you going to use to divide? What most of the learners get confused is that when they divide here by 4, they will divide up by 8. No, whatever you have used to divide the denominator, use that same number to divide the numerator. That is what you needed to know. Now for me, I'm going to divide by 4. I'm going to divide here by 4 like this. Down, I divide it by 4. Even up there, I must divide by what? By 4. That is what I mean. Once you divide the denominator by 4, also divide the numerator by 4. So that is what I'm trying to, that is what I'm trying to tell you. That is what I'm trying to tell you, members. So basically, let us now start doing it well. So we are going to say our 4 loaves cost. So here you are still interpreting your question. That is what they said in the question. A cost 8,000 shilling. Yes, if you put here to separate, good. Then now you come back here and say, how about only 1 loaf? Now I want the cost of 1 loaf. So 1 loaf costs, one loaf costs. Now this is where I want to divide. This is where I want to divide. I'm going to use this to divide. Okay. So now I'm going to say here, that this is 8,000 shilling to get the cost of 1 loaf. 8,000 shilling. Good. Okay. 8,000 shilling divide by 4. Now, when you are dividing this, I have already explained that we divide down here by 4 and up by 4. So here we are going to say 4 divided by 4, we shall get 1. Now begin dividing by 8 is bigger than 4. So you can start dividing 8 divided by 4. I want someone to tell me 8 divided by 4. Joanna, what is 8 divided by 4? Joanna? Yes, Joanna, what is 8 divided by 4? Okay, Prosper, what is 8 divided by 4? Prosper, what is 8 divided by 4? Prosper?
32. 32.
8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4. Here I have only divided 8. Yes, it is 2. So you can look like the way I told you at first. If you are dividing, you look for a number. When you multiply by 4, what answer do you get? A number when I multiply by 4, that is 2. Or some of you can even, you need to look for marks, members. You need to look for marks, but this will delay you. Saying here I have 4 people, I'm giving 8. So you begin giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that you can get there. Each person there is getting what? Is getting 2. So there you find that you have 2. So now you have remained here with the zeros. You have remained there with zeros. Okay, so we now divide this 0. We have nothing giving to 4, you still give nothing. Also, you have nothing giving to 4, you still give nothing. Then you also have here nothing, giving to 4, you still give nothing. So meaning that you can now conclude by saying, therefore, one loaf, what have we got now? One loaf of bread. One loaf of bread cost shilling. So we got there 2,000. We got there 2,000. So that is the cost of one loaf of bread. So that is how you get the unit cost. That's how you get the cost of one item, the price of one item. So here they have given us the total number of items and must be the same item. Here we are talking about bread. So 4 breads is 8,000. What's the cost of one bread? You divide 8,000 divided by 4 to get the cost of one bread. So that is how you are going to be doing these numbers whenever you come across them. Not even only coming across them, but you can go to the shop to buy. You can go to the supermarket to buy. This is what you are going to be using. So you can go to the supermarket and you pick like 2 packets of gorillas, and they tell you these 2 packets is 2,000 shilling. Then you should be able to divide to know how much is the cost of one packet. So to get the cost of one item, then the only one item you divide. So members, that is what we are going to be, going to be doing. So I have some trial numbers and we have a lot of time to try these numbers. But before we go to those trial numbers, we need to hear from some of you if you have understood or if you have any question before we proceed. Let's start from Eunice. Yes, Eunice, have you been following us, my girl? Namukisha?
Yes, teacher.
Any question? Okay. How about Della? Kobusinge? Yes. Have you understood?
Yes.
Okay, I want to ask you one question. Can I go ahead and ask?
Yes, teacher.
Now, if I give you the cost of more than one item, how do you get the cost of one item?
By dividing.
You divide the total cost of the items given by the number, by the quantity. Thank you, Della.
Okay.
Okay, so members, that is what we have been looking at. Now, I want to give oral question to any of you. Let me pick here Edwin. Edwin, can I give you just a simple oral question? Edwin?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you. Now listen to this oral question. I'm just asking it orally to you. Teacher Tony bought 2 books at 4,000 shilling. Edwin, are you getting?
Yes.
Teacher Tony bought 2 books at 4,000 shilling. How much did he buy one book? Edwin, you are doing it.
Yes. Divide by 2.
Okay, how much? How much have you got?
2,000.
Very good. So what did you do? What did you do? Can you tell people how you got 2,000?
I divided.
You divided 4,000 divided by 2. Thank you. Thank you, Edwin. So that is basically what you do. So even if I just ask you, you should be thinking of division. So let's go and look at some numbers that I have prepared for you to try in this lesson before we end the lesson. I have some numbers that I want you to try. And this time I'm not going to assist anybody. I'm going to keep quiet and listen to you how you are going to be doing the numbers. I'm going to listen to you how you are going to be doing the numbers. So this is what we have already worked out for number 2. Now we have the trial numbers here. Try these numbers learners. This is number 1. Okay, this is number 1. Rona, can you read for us? Nsubuga, Rona, can you read for us number 1? Rona? Rona, are you there to read the question? Meanwhile, others, please read the question, try it because it is your trial number. Try so that when I pick you, you are able to explain to us. We can pick one person to read for us, but also keep reading by yourself and interpret it and do it. Read by yourself, interpret the question and do it. Okay, Derek, can you read for the rest of the group? Derek? Ochen, Derek?
A man bought a basket of 5 mangoes at 1,000 shillings. How much did he pay for each mango?
Okay, that is good. So members, try that number. We have about 3 numbers to try before we end the lesson. I want at least 10 of you. If 100, we are around 150, 140 there. If all of us can pass the 3 numbers, then Teacher Tony will be very happy. I will enjoy the lunch now. I will enjoy my lunch because I will know what I have done has entered your brain. So now keep trying. So let me wait for some 1 minute now because I know most of you are trying. Just 1 minute, then I start asking people to tell us the answer. Start asking people to tell us the answer. Just 1 minute. Okay. Are we remaining with it some 30 seconds? Desire, get ready. Jerry and Desire, get ready. Jerry and Desire, get ready. We are remaining with 30 seconds for you to explain to us the number. Jerry and Desire. Okay, time up. Let's hear from Jerry and Desire. Jerry and Desire, please read the question and explain how we are going to do it.
We are going to get 1,000 divided by 5. Then after, 1 cannot divide by 5, so we make it into all of it 10. Then 10 divided by 5 is 5.
What is 10 divided by 5, Jerry and Desire?
It's 5. It's 5.
Are you sure? 10 divided by 5, please. Can you divide it properly?
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 2. It's 2.
Aha, it is 2. Very good. You can continue and tell us how much you have got for 1. So 1 mango you bought. Yes.
We have got the answer.
Teacher,
Let's speak.
Okay, members. Okay, Jerry and Desire, what have you got?
Teacher, we have got 200.
Very good. Thank you. Let us also get from some other people. We have Jocelyn and Sharon. Jocelyn and Sharon, what have you got in number 1?
We have got
Yes.
We have got 500.
You have got 500. So tell us how you got 500.
we said a basket of 5 mangoes equals 1,000 shillings, and one mango is equal 1,000 shillings divided by 5. And we got the answer.
Now, can you divide, you said you got 500. I want you to divide this 1,000, which I'm writing for you here. Divide it properly by 5. Because the whole idea is you are dividing it by 5. So divide it properly by 5. So when you look at what Desire and Jerry said, that 1 is smaller than 5, so we can combine here, we can move to the next place value so that we have 10. So what is 10 divided by 5?
It is what? It is 2.
It is 2. Now, is your answer still remaining 500?
No.
What will be your answer now?
200.
200 shillings. Very good. Very good. So, members, I think from the friends you have had them, I hope your answers are also the same as these other people. Are we able to, can we again hear from others like Peter? Peter, what are you saying? Peter, is your answer the same as 200?
Yes.
What did you get, Peter?
5.
Okay. So members, to do this number very fast, before I bring the second number and we end there, you are going to say, here they're saying 5 mangoes. That bucket has 5 mangoes. It contains 5 mangoes. So that means they're saying 5 mangoes. You say 5 mangoes. 5 mangoes. So let me just go very fast to talk about what Jerry and Desire said. 5 mangoes. They're saying 5 mangoes is equals to, cost 1,000 shilling. That is the cost of 5 mangoes. 1,000 shilling, members. So what you need is to know how much is 1 mango. So what's the cost of 1 mango? So 1 mango will be equals to 1,000 shilling. Will be equals to 1,000 shilling here, divide by 5. So you should be very careful when you're dividing. Here you have 5 divided by 5, you get 1. Now I said we are going to combine. Jerry, Desire said we should combine this to get 10. So 10 divided by 2, 10 divided by 5, we get here 2. So you can count, members. Please count. But I told you this easiest way to get that answer, you can just say, which number when I multiply by 5 gives me 2? Which number when I multiply by 5 give me 10, sorry? There you find that it is 2. And even when you count your 5 people here, you will count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you realize that 10 divided by 5 is 2. Then the 2 zeros, when you divide, you get 0. Here also you get 0. So your 1 mango cost. Now 1 mango cost shilling 200. So that's how you get the cost of 1 mango. So that's how you get the cost of 1 item. So members, that is how you are supposed to be doing that number. So finally, there are 3 numbers, but we cannot do all of them. Others you have to go and try. Okay, that is the second number. Okay, that's our second number, which I want you to try very fast. Okay, and we end there. And then the rest of the numbers, you are going to do it at home while in your free time. The rest of the numbers you're going to do at home while you are there. So we have to hear from Mercy. Mercy, can you read number 2, Mercy? Oh, Mercy, read. Okay, Nachtende Esther, can you read? Nachtende Esther. Nachtende Esther, can you read?
Aisha paid shillings for
Yes, Esther. Can we pick Ankunda to help you? Ankunda, can you help her to read? Ankunda? Okay. How about
Aisha paid 4,200 shillings for 6 bottles of soda. Find the price of each bottle.
Find the price of each bottle. How do you get the price of each bottle, Ankunda? Ruth?
By dividing.
By dividing. Okay. Okay, then we also have this. We also have that number 3. Right, we also have number 3. I want you to read also number 3. So those 3 numbers, though we have done number 1, you needed to try those 3 numbers. Can we listen from Monica Agaba? Monica, can you read number 3?
Otim bought 3 bottles of at.
Okay, should be 3. Okay, 3 bottles of. Good. Can you read?
Otim bought 3 bottles of soda at 4,500 shillings. How much did he buy each bottle?
Very good. How much did he buy each bottle? Otim bought 3 bottles of soda, 3 bottles of soda at 4,500 each bottle. So how much did he buy each bottle? Okay, how do you get that number? Yes, how do we get that number, Abu? How do we get the answer for each bottle, Abu? Angelina?
Yes, teacher.
How are we going to get the answer for 1 bottle of soda?
Teacher, I'm explaining.
Okay, you can explain.
3 bottles of soda equals 4,500 shillings. One bottle of soda equals 4,500 shillings divided by 3.
Very good. Are you able to divide also?
I'm marking up for the answer.
Okay, work out and tell us. Don't go off. Work out and tell us.
Teacher, my sister is about to finish.
Eh? What is about to finish? While Menora, can you tell us number 2? Whether you have worked out number 2, Menora? Have you worked out number 2, Menora?
Not yet.
Okay. We are only waiting for We are only waiting for. All right. We are only waiting for Angel. I hope I picked you at first, you didn't talk. Hope, any question or you want to give us the answer also? Hope?
11,000, teacher.
Yes, what have you got?
11,000.
Oh, 11,000. How did you said you are going to divide, let me write for you, 4,000. Said you are going to divide 4,500 divide by 3. I'm just now helping you to divide that number, which you are saying you have got 11,000. Now you divide together with me, eh? Yes. Angelina, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to draw here 4 balls here, like 3 people. Now, because we are going to give them 4 first, 4 divided by 3, let's try to give 1, 2, 3, 4. How many each person getting? So here you find that they are getting 1, 1, isn't it? Equally, they are getting 1, 1, and we remain with the 1. So meaning that 4 divided by 3, you get 1 remainder 1. So you push the remainder to 5, it becomes 15. So 15 divided by 3. So let me wrap this one first, the one we divided at first. So we go to 15 divided by 3. What is 15 divided by 3? So here you have 1, 2, 3. So you will have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Angelina, what is 15 divided by 3? What do we get here?
5.
You get there 5. So these ones are 0. You can cancel them and put them up. That is 0 divided by 3. You get there 0. So that you have 3 divided by 3. So 1 bottle equals to how much?
49
Yes, Angelina, 1 bottle. What have we got?
1 bottle.
So we have got 1,500
shillings.
So that is how you were supposed to divide, not 11,000. Otherwise, thank you so much, learners, for paying attention. May God bless you. Learners, thank you so much. May God bless you all.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Teacher. Bye, teacher.
What's your number?